So we're going to start with section 3. I'm going to do just a basic overview of Grammarly, and then Debbie's going to come up and she's going to show us how to play two of the main games that we play in our classes, Zonk and Quizlet. So in our program, every student and teacher gets a subscription to Grammarly. Grammarly is an online editor-in-chief. All students are required to run their papers through Grammarly before submitting them for peer review or before submitting them to their teacher. Grammarly has been phenomenal for our students. I mean, imagine having your own editor-in-chief. That's what Grammarly does. The students upload the paper and it comes back with all the errors. Anything from spelling, punctuation, grammar, word usage, plagiarism check. I mean, it's just endless, the topics that Grammarly can choose. I was just looking at the statistics, and currently we have 42 users on Grammarly. In the last 12 months, Grammarly has searched 9.6 or 8 million words for us. And it's identified 13,000 plus errors. All right? That's saving our kids from losing a lot of points on their assignments. I actually use Grammarly as well, and I have it installed as a desktop app so that when I'm typing my emails, it identifies errors. Okay? When I'm typing a Word document, it'll find the errors. So you as a teacher have access to Grammarly. That subscription information is going to be going out in the next week or so. Gabrielle Watson administers all of that. She'll be sending you all the information on how you can log in and set up your subscription. But I just want to show you Grammarly real quick. It's super simple to use Grammarly. When you log in, it looks just like this. Okay, you guys won't have the admin panel that I have. So students are going to be trained to upload their files here. You can type your document right in Grammarly, or you can go get it from your computer and upload it to Grammarly. Either way, it checks it right then and there. It comes up with any errors. Let's see if I can import a file. Let's see. Let's do our English 10 syllabus. All right, so it puts it right there in Grammarly, and then you can go through and see any errors. Apparently this one doesn't have any errors. Should have selected a student paper. There we go. Okay, it says repetitive word choice, quizzes, passive voice, overused words. So you can just see it comes up with a whole host of errors that are designed to help our students be better writers. So we encourage all students, all teachers to use Grammarly. It's a very powerful tool. Students can click on an error and you can have it correct automatically. Okay, so it can go through and correct all of those errors. And then students can download and save the paper back onto their computer. The thing we have to teach our English students to do is to delete all of the Grammarly comments before they submit the assignment. I was actually...
we had a problem with that. We couldn't, my son did it for the first time, and we couldn't figure out how to get the paper. It kept showing, he backspaced 3 times, and he did, look, how do we get rid of all of it?
Yes.
So, yes, definitely need to make sure I know how to do it.
Especially in those college classes. I was facilitating a young lady this summer, and she neglected to send the paper to me before she sent it to her professor. This was a college class. And it was a good paper, but it had all of the Grammarly comments. The professor knocked her from 100 to an 87 simply because of all the Grammarly comments. So Grammarly is a powerful tool if used properly. So we really need to make sure. English 10 is a great place to teach them how to get rid of those comments, get rid of any word comments as well, because you can turn on the comments feature in Word. But yeah, they'll be trained up in that so that by the time they start their college classes, they've got it. So absolutely.
So where were we doing that?
In English 10.
Will I be doing that?
Yes. You'll become familiar with it, so it'll be no problem. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, so that is Grammarly, and now I am going to turn it over to Debbie. Debbie's going to show us Zonk.
Okay.
Should we have the students run their lab reports through Grammarly?
Yes, everything they write.
Okay.
Are we interrupting if we were to walk through here? We are.
Videoing.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We'll be back. Thank you.
Okay,
Zonk. Zonk is a game. It is a game that I've been playing with students for about 11 or 12 years. The beauty of this game is it does not matter what the topic is. You can do any topic. It works from Bible studies to math facts to, chemistry, whatever. As long as it's just you're asking questions is basically what you're doing in this. So you'll come up with a list. Now, I personally always do a PowerPoint because I speak in PowerPoint, and that way I don't have to figure out what I got to say. All I got to do is look at the screen and say what's on the screen. So that's how I do it. You do not have to do it with PowerPoint. You can have a list of questions and simply read them out loud, and that's what you've done before. It's just read questions. I think you've done PowerPoints too.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the PowerPoint now.
It makes it easier because then when you use it again, you've already got the PowerPoint built. But it's an easy game. Here's the complicated game. Each thing has points on it or words. And I'm going to go through. The points are 100 to 400. Of course, my whole thing is, why didn't it just have 1 to 5? I guess 4,000 points sounds like you got more than 40. So anyway, so here's how you play. You're going to divide the class into teams. So today, while we play the game, would you mind going and sitting with those ladies? Just so you can be on their team. So you'll be team 1. You'll be team 2. One of the things the kids like to do is name their teams. They might be hot dogs and hamburgers. They might be footballs and they get crazy. But that's up to you on that. So, every time they answer a question correctly, they get to pick up to 3 Zonk cards. 200 points, 100 points, 500 points. But if they're afraid they're going to get a Zonk card, they sometimes will stop early. But they can choose up to 3 cards. They usually choose all 3. Whoops. Zonk, if they pull a Zonk card, they lose all of the points in the current round. Whatever's in my hand right there, that's what they would lose. Okay? And then their turn ends. They don't get to pick any more cards. If they get a double, this is a card I invented, a double card, they double all of the points in that round, and they get to continue to pick the 3 cards. Unless it's the 3rd card in the round, and they don't get to keep going. Okay, so then they had to go through this. Well, what happens if we get a double and Zonk? Okay, so if a double and a Zonk happens, then all the points in the round and everything on the board goes away. It's a double Zonk, okay? Oh, you wouldn't believe the things they've asked me. If they get a double-double, then they double what's in their hand, and they double what's on the board already.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Double-double, okay? And, okay. What if we get a double-double Zonk? They get 10,000 points and they win. Because there's no way to do better than that. Okay, so anyway, that is the rules of the game. So there's not a whole lot to it. So we're going to play. Team 1 will go first. The one other thing to remember when you're playing is you need to know what your last set of questions are. Your last round is, because on the last round, they get to continue picking until they want to stop or get a Zonk. So they can pick 20 cards or they can pick 2. And if you're losing, that's real important to pick more cards. So we'll play. So team 1, here's your question. How many tiers does Tandem EDU have in total? You work together as a team.
Oh, in all the campuses? Or
No.
just-
Tiers. How many tiers are there?
Available or being in use?
Available. How many do we have potential for?
4.
All right, you get about 10 seconds. Give me an answer.
4.
No. Now, if you choose, you can play where the other team can steal, But I tell you what happens is I get confused as to whose turn it is. So I usually don't play steals. So no, they don't. So they don't get the point. It is 5 because 8th grade is a tier. Good job.
You said that the first time, go with your bet.
Okay. So who are Team 2? Who are the best teachers for their teams? Who do you think it is?
Their parents.
And the answer is their parents. Yay. So you get to pick up to 3 song cards. Oh, or you can just call them out. I'll pull them.
C3.
And you don't have to pick all of them. 400 points. You don't need to write it yet.
G4.
G4. And a lot of times the kids will all take turns. Everybody on the team will take turns. Zom. So you don't get any points. All right, team 1. See, that worked, huh? When reviewing tandem policies, which document is the final authority? The student. Y'all better get this one right. Student discipline policy of TFC, the tandem tenant, SACS accrediting agency, or the Holy Bible.
Yeah, there. I don't know if you could get that wrong.
Some people can.
So I mean, like, if you chose one of them, how would you argue with that one?
Okay, so for tandem, which one's our final authority?
It's reviewing tandem policies.
As contained in the tandem policies, I think is the.
B.
Okay, we'll go with B.
No, you did not.
Because the policy says we will always default to whatever scripture said. In other words, we may have messed up in the policies.
Oh,
If we did,
yes,
we will
that was
always go
so
back to
wrong.
what scripture says. Oh,
I'm not answering any more questions. Y'all have to do it.
this is what I get all the time. I'm not answering any more questions. All right, T2. What is the minimum average? Oh, none of y'all are math teachers. What is the minimum average that a tandem student must achieve to move from algebra 1 to algebra 2?
I know this one.
You would.
I'm like one.
Not on this. And my point in doing this is I do multiple choice, I do open-ended questions, I do short discussion answers. It can be anything.
Know this one.
Your kids will let you know.
Go ahead. 85?
Oh.
It is an 85. Yes, an 85 is what we consider to be what we want, what we are always aiming, the minimum we're aiming for our students to maintain. And really in any class, but specifically for moving from like English 10 to the college classes or from math to the college classes, there has to be an 85.
What if they don't get an 85? What do you do?
You call, Christine. She has answers.
As a teacher, if you see a student who is struggling between 80 and 85, you email me and we set up tutoring.
Early
In English
on.
and math.
We don't wait till the end.
Right.
No,
We're doing it as we go.
yes.
Okay, pick a card, any card.
E4.
E4, 500 points. Do you want to keep going or get us on? That's the burning question.
How many results are there?
It varies now because I had students who learned how to card count.
I think it varied last year too, because we had
It
one
does.
board that was like, don't.
Because see, the back, there are more cards. So you mix them up with that every so often so you don't know how many zomps, you don't know how many doubles, you don't know how many of the other numbers either.
I'll just keep going.
Okay.
H5.
H5, 400 points. The tension
Go for that
mounts.
double.
E1.
200, so she gets 1,100 points for team.
Good job.
All right. All right, now the questions are going to start getting harder, I think.
We're already in trouble.
All right, but you got an advantage, I think. Nope. Here we go. What is the title of a teacher for the dual enrollment classes?
I know it, but I'm not telling you.
Am I
I'm not gonna go.
You're on the
along.
team, on the team.
Yeah, that
Oh,
sounds
for
right.
you, oh, okay.
Facilitate.
I'm not answering.
It is facilitator. Okay, pick a card, any card.
A2,
And you get 400 points.
A3,
He's a math
You get
teacher.
500 points.
A4.
400 points. Points. The tension mounts.
What was it, 5 and 2 4s?
Yeah. All right, team 2. Okay, y'all are gonna be upset with this one, I think. No, you won't. Remember me saying, pay attention? What does MLA stand for?
Oh, okay.
These questions from here on are questions the kids get asked on tests.
The book is in my bag right there. It's right there.
It's right there. Language Association.
I thought it was its own word.
Major League Academics.
Oh, mercy. I've been doing this like all week with my kid. Like, Language Association.
I don't know. Somebody's name or something.
No,
No, it's something like that. It's kind of current.
What did you say?
Modern Language Association, yes.
This is how the team works together with the team. I usually don't give them any hints. Modern Language Association. I don't know why anyone in the world needs to know it, but the kids will need to know that on a test. So I'm gonna,
In college, mine was the first edition. We're on 8th now.
Yes. All right, pick a card.
Y'all picking? Oh, let's go with his method. G1, G2, G3.
G1.
So that seems rather central. Right, it's on there.
Whoa.
That's
7-11. So it should be 2,200 to 1,300 now.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know why it just doesn't say 13 points, but whatever. Okay. Out of 1, what is the power expression for?
That would be X cubed, thank you very much.
You're not gonna let me answer?
No.
Is it 3x? There are 3 x's here. 3x? X cubed? 3 to the x power? Or 3x's?
He's gonna go out on a limb there.
It even looks like a cube, see, so
Yeah.
X cubed would be like the answer.
Pick a card, any card.
Oh, somebody else can see.
Pick a card.
Go ahead.
This is part of the game that always takes so long.
C1,
E1?
C1, yeah, E1's great.
Okay.
You don't want me answering?
All right, team 2.
If you do have bad luck, you have no luck at all.
That's right.
Simplify. 7x times 2 divided by x. This is an algebra 2 question. I know you know it.
Yeah, math questions, yay. There's not,
I think I do.
there's not to solve the answer.
Can you do it, Christine? Do you know what it is? Look at her, yeah. Looks like a bobblehead.
So you
So you don't give them the
need
chance to
property.
steal.
I don't, because I can't keep up with it, especially when there's more than 2 teams. With 2 teams, I can do a steal, but when I have more than that, I can't remember who's next.
You want to steal this from us?
No, 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 when I, no, like,
Oh, sorry.
No, we had it. We had it, yeah.
You had it
Said
right. Good. I hit it
We're
wrong.
good.
All right, they got it right. Very good. All right, see, that was algebra 2. You can do that. Okay, you can teach it now. Pick a card, any card.
F1.
F1. I'm gonna make sure I pull the right one this time.
Unless X was equal to 0, because then it would be undefined.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna do this one. All right, this is team 1. Today, Psychology is defined as the A, science of mental phenomena, B, science of conscious and unconscious activity, C, science of behavior, or D, science of behavior and mental processes.
But don't ask me.
No, and they get the math question.
It's,
I'm thinking D, but,
yeah, it is, it is. It's a lot of-
Which one?
You guys are doing that, I'm not sure.
D as in Debbie? It is D as in Debbie.
I took that last year with Abby.
Pick a card, any card. Somebody pick a card.
J1.
100.
Oh, come on,
Just
don't
keep
disappoint
going
us.
J2.
Just keep it up.
J3.
Double.
Yes.
800
Medical
points.
system.
Yeah, I have kids that come up with, they do diagonals, they do all kinds.
Even with that, we're not up to where they
Okay,
are.
oh shoot, that was, well, it didn't matter. Well,
Yeah.
that was, this is supposed to have been the last round, I forgot. And you would have been able to,
Oh, well, then we'll pull J4.
you want to pull J4?
Oh, you get to go again?
No, not, you're not
No,
going
you
to.
get, you get to keep
That's what I
pulling.
mean.
You keep going until you want to stop, but
So as
remember,
long as it stops off, we'll win.
Right. There we go.
do you want to keep going?
No, because that puts us over 2,200, so we beat them.
That's
But they've got another
They still
turn.
have another turn.
Oh. Oh, then L4. Oh, wow.
You win.
And you win, but I'll give you the last
No, that's so
question,
boring.
just for the sake of
That's
it.
right.
Define communication. A, getting your point across to everyone. B, the process of creating and sharing meaning through the use of symbols. C, getting people to do something.
Yeah, what it is.
A, B, or C? Which one?
B.
It is B.
If we had effective communication, that would be A, which rarely happens.
But anyway, but you get the gist of what it is. In this game, again, you can play it with any subject, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Yay!
Do you want to see the Quizlet or do you want me to?
I would like you to. I want to switch computers.
So, yes, which computers? Y'all are going to need your phones for this. You're going to need your electronic devices for this game.
Well, love that.
So every campus has a Zonk board, and it's fully equipped with everything you see here. So, and if you have an opportunity to play Zonk, it'll say in your lesson plans, play Zonk. If you want to create a Zonk game because you've got a review coming up, feel free to do that. Okay, if it says review for quiz or test, and you want that review to be Zonk, feel free.
There's also Kahoot if you are looking for something different.
But this is a game that I have heard throughout the years that the kids would get bored
Their
with.
favorite.
I have never had the kids bored with playing Zonk. I've
No,
always enjoyed it.
they love it.
And the longest part of the game is the picking the cards.
People think games are for younger, but I've used games for my college students for years and they love it. I'll even throw candy bars at them and they're just like, they learn so
Oh,
much.
wow.
It's amazing what a candy bar and a game will do.
Yes, for sure.
Oh,
Absolutely,
and was it
yes.
you? This was the greatest thing when she told me this. I think it was you telling me. They had two teams one time and she gave the teams that lost dum-dums and the teams that won Smarties.
Yes, I did.
And that's something, if you're going to buy candy for a game for a prize, expense that, okay? Turn in the receipt to your hostess and expense it. Take it out of your petty cash if you have a
And
petty
don't
cash.
let
left.
Debbie know if you have any.
Well, this is the kind of life.
All right, so in your lesson plans, some lesson plans will say play Quizlet live or use Quizlet for review. If your lesson plan says that, then you will have all the login and password information for Quizlet. We use Quizlet and Zonk a lot in our college classes. A lot of times, geography in particular, there's 2 quizzes every week. So we are reviewing every week with Quizlet and Zonk. So a lot of that happens in your class. So some of the science classes, we've got some Quizlet set up. So if you're told to use that, the set will already be there in Quizlet. If your lesson plan says play Quizlet Live this week, then that set will be already on Quizlet. And there's full instructions on how to use it in your class folder. So what I have done, I have selected the Bible memory set, okay? So we're going to play Quizlet Live with the Bible memory set. So I'm going to click on the live icon here. And then I'm going to create the game. Okay, how many of you have played Quizlet Live? Okay, great.
Well, the minister didn't have to play.
All right, so what I need you to do is go to quizletlive.com, okay, and then enter the code to join. Okay?
It's not quizletlive.com, it's quizlet.live.
Oh, Quizlet.live, sorry, Quizlet.live, yes. And you generally, it used to be 6 students, but now it looks like you only need 4 students to join minimum. You have to have a minimum of 4.
4 devices.
And they can log in from their laptop, from their tablet, or their phone, whatever they happen to have in class that day. I will tell you that the students are not allowed to have any technology out without your permission or their hostess permission. This includes study halls, this includes class time. So this would be one of those times where you'd say, okay, I'm giving you permission to use your technology. So,
You got 2?
1, 2, right.
Oh, that is the code up there. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yes. Okay, 4. The music is new. I'm not sure I like it.
Turn the sound off. You want the sound because of the end,
Have you played with the sound this year?
not this year. I did this like a couple of years ago. One of my favorite pictures in the yearbook was playing this. I happened to catch it right when one of the teams won and all the others lost.
You getting in, Tom?
He's in.
All right, awesome. All right, so we're going to create the game with 7 students. And I always encourage you to assign random teams, all right, because it'll shuffle them up and this will get kids talking. So we've got the snakes and the ostriches. So I need all the snakes at one table and all the ostriches at one table, all right? Okay.
Where are the ostriches going?
I'm a snake.
With a snake.
I guess we're the ostriches.
All right, are we ready? All right. Now this moves pretty quickly. So look at your device. You should have a question. Okay? And I believe everybody on your team has the same question. If you miss a question, you go back to start. All right? So work as a team to try to answer the question. All right, the ostriches got one right. Good job. 2 right for ostriches. Somebody knows their Bible memory.
Where's the question?
You should.
Oh, verse. You're trying to figure out what the passage.
Ostriches just lost one. Went back to start, ostriches.
Okay, wait, I gave you a correct answer that wasn't even on the board.
You gotta hold it the same way.
Well, there's 3.
Yes, 3 choices. Pick one.
We have to
Well,
hold
we
it
don't
from
all
back
have
to
to
the
read those verses there.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
Yes.
Like the first one.
So we have to figure out which one of us.
So how, I did not know what this said, I'm so sorry. Scroll the email.
I'm wondering if I turn it
It's all to talk about.
See,
Okay.
it's
I'll talk to each other on the team.
Snakes?
Not
Yeah, what are the Saints?
I don't have that one.
It's on 4:8.
What? No. Here, just it.
All right, that's right. All right, good. All right, two. All right, two.
Oh, this is, that's, no, no, no.
I don't have that. It's gonna be a song.
Wait, it's Psalm 23.
4. Ooh, Usher's got 4. When you go back to the beginning, you'll see the same questions coming back again, so it's good to remember.
That's Proverbs. Proverbs 15 and Proverbs 1. Should we go with this? 1:15. Okay.
Yes.
Good job.
That's John.
Good job. Ostrich resort 7 and 12.
I know all the same verses.
No, but it is a song. I don't have any songs.
Oh, sin.
Ooh, ostriches have 10. Good job. 2 more.
I have Robinson, it's Romans. Romans 3.
Okay, so I had like 4 long answers at the beginning where I didn't have an answer. That's right.
Okay, the reason we showed you these games is so that you'd be more comfortable playing them in your class. If you do decide to test it at home, just know you have to have 4 devices connected that you can test the game at home and play it at home. So I had to get, back 2 years ago when we found this game, you had to have 6 devices on it. And all my kids and their laptops, and I was like, sorry. So now you have played Zonk and you have played Quizlet Live. All right, the other thing I want to show you real quick is study.com. Many of our classes use videos from study.com. We use some lessons from study.com, maybe some tests or quizzes from study.com. If your class includes a study.com lesson, then you'll be given the login and password information. Everything will be stored under custom courses, and you can see our custom courses as soon as they load here. Okay, those are all the courses that we have created for Tandem EDU teachers. So going with our same English 8 theme, I'm going to click on English 8, weeks 1 to 16. So that's the first semester of English 8 videos. And up comes English 8, week 1. And there's a video, 2 videos, and then there's also a lesson. Okay? So the lesson plan would tell the teacher, week 1, it would say study.com types of sentences video and faulty sentence definition video and run on lesson plan. Okay? So your lesson plan is very clear. It tells you exactly what to do, exactly where to go in study.com. So it's really simple to just click on it and get it to run. Okay, and you can play your video, make it full size, and there you go. Okay, study.com is very simple, very easy to use. I think you've got probably a video every week in chemistry. Biology has at least a video every week. English, you have a few here and there, every other week maybe. So yeah, really nothing for geography, not really. All right, so study.com. All right, Debbie, can you shut us off for a minute?
Oops, you okay?